Greetings, this is Freelander Reunimentra at your service, and we're back with part 2 of my reaction to Critical Role Campaign 3, Episode 10. The double digits episodes. Last we left off, Ashton, we're about to get some more information on Ashton as he visits someone I forgot her name, and I think it's a elvish woman named, and her last name was Hexendum. Sorry, I got. Oh, sorry. While recording, I end up taking a lot of thumbnails of their intro to I take a lot of snips of their intro to use as thumbnails for this video. These in future. Will we go this? And what will we find out about Ashton? And will they have to break Pretty's heart? God help them if they do. They don't. These knuckles don't crack when I do want them to. Oh, and will there be any combat? From what I've been seeing, probably not. This is just gonna be my backstory. And no, I don't consider that incident at the very beginning of the episode where they were trying to help Chetney escape, and the guy was like swing song. I don't consider that combat. So let's get back to this group, which I still until they actually choose a name, I shall be referring to as the Bell Trollers. That was not the right one. That was not the right one. What the? Oh. We saw this. I actually watched this. I watched this ad through last time, so we will not be watching this.
Is not tried. Those whose bones hold up these very walls. You think they did not try?
If you've given up, I will wait here.
Episode 9, Part 2 for my reaction to this.
Brave warriors.
It's their thing, but I saw this.
A campaign setting reborn. The definitive 5e sourcebook that brings the land of Taldore to your game.
I think, I watched
Explore
that.
uncharted waters with the Ashari background, killing their lives.
Look at this. Isn't it fashion?
Yeah. I'll
Hey
watch
critters,
their ad.
Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role
See
shop.
what they have.
Look at this. Isn't it
It's
fashion?
actually nice.
So much fashion
I think
happening
I have
here.
to express that.
I mean, the Traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision.
I'm also too much of a dice dog already, and I haven't played yet.
Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect.
Right over there.
You need this? You probably need this.
Oh, dude, I actually think I like it.
Could anything be more perfect?
Yeah, you know, knew
And
that.
hey, if you want.
Well, this
Hi,
is
critters. Sam Regal here. There are many relaxing properties to a Twitch subscription to Critical Role. So today I'm going to tell you all about them in soothing ASMR. ASMR, which stands for Autonomous Subscription Meditative Reaction or something.
I gotta take a look at what that
With a Twitch subscription, you can watch our VODs immediately after the live broadcast, before they're uploaded to
I want to
YouTube,
subscribe.
so you can unwind with us at your own pace. Listen.
If you're watching, there's a good chance you're not, though.
That's the sound of your blood pressure decreasing.
Okay, yeah, this is the exact same thing.
Choice, right? And also, okay.
How much more?
And welcome back.
Good.
So,
Okay, that was...
While the date is transpiring, and you are off scoping the space at night, you have come into the abode of Gianna Hexen. Entering the foyer, which is about as far as you ever get. Glancing into the immediate entryway, you can see two more of the stone sentries that are placed at the base of the large, pinching staircase that ascends to the second floor of this manor, both still always trained on you. She steps a bit in, takes a piece of cheese off of a platter that she has set on a small side table, and takes a bite and turns around again, her arms still crossed. So, Mr. Nobody, I had an idea as you get close to closing your debt. If this goes well, I might even consider wiping the remainder. I am currently in a deep wager with a rival of mine, a Mr. Yvonne Hydroga, owner and proprietor of the Twilight Mirror Museum in the town of Hartmoor Hamlet. After the failed burglary of my home, of which you are very aware, Evan has continuously teased me and lauded his impenetrable security that he's developed with tinkerers and engineers from across the wilds and beyond. Now, I've made a bet with him. For one of his prized items, should the right people under my employ be able to bypass and prove its acquisition. He accepted and decreed that he will choose a proxy of his own chosen item that he may grant to me to keep. Otherwise, I have to give up something personally of my own. I'd like not to. You've been running with the troop recently, have you not?
Got a new crew. I'm with a new crew.
Do you feel confident in their abilities, or should we hire outside?
I'm getting confidence.
But yeah,
I don't think outside's going to be necessary. There are some complications. This is not what I was expecting. You got... Well, maybe you were part of it. I know that's something of yours, a crate of yours. Got pulled out by some sort of golem recently. I thought that's what this was going to be about.
How do you know about that?
Other jobs, bringing me closer to it. I know you appreciate discretion. I haven't mentioned you, but I will admit I would like to with this crowd. It would make things less complicated, but you're the boss. Honestly, that's what I thought you were calling about. That's why I took time. I wanted to get a better perspective.
To be honest, I had already looked into hiring, and I say this with a modicum of respect, more skilled and experienced independents to handle that particular job. But if you're feeling arrogant...
No, I'm just kind of close to it at the moment, and I think it may be more complicated than it looks. I know who you suspect, and I think you're probably wrong about that, but I know that there's not much I can do about that, nor can I change your mind.
If they are innocent, perhaps they'll have something that'll lead us to those who are not. At the very least, I'm in a vengeful mood when such inspirational investments go missing.
Well, if I can find something to put you on what I think might be the right path, I will happily bring it to you. No charge, just because we are old friends of a kind. No.
Perhaps.
I'll need some time, and whatever information you have about this sounds complicated. Very complicated.
I can provide pricing for food and travel expenses, of course. The Heartmore is not right around the corner. Means of travel are up to you, so it's up to you to decide what can be done. But if the wager is accepted and our sponsored troops are decided upon, it is a race.
Do I have some time to figure it out? I've got some business to clean up here. Having a crew complicates things.
Understood.
I appreciate it.
Don't take too long. These, sort of wagers of passion tend to wane with time and forethought, and, I would hate to think that, Avon would be, I don't know, given enough time to second-guess his foolhardy offer.
Do you want me to not mention you to the rest, or can I tell them that I have previous engagements?
There's nothing under the table about this particular arrangement. It's merely a way to pass the time amongst those who are bored and have too many means. I will say the ante has been expanded. It seems Mistress Isha Sabanis will be the one who is going to be sponsoring this other troop. Let me know soon when you would feel comfortable undertaking this wager.
I will.
It would include travel from Drusar to the Heartmore and infiltration and gathering. There is a pre-chosen item that will be revealed at the time of the wager.
I don't know if my new friends will accept debt. They'll probably need some payment of some kind.
No, they will be paid. You will not be.
That's fair. Before I go, and I know you won't tell me what was in that crate, what do you know about the Nightmare King?
Actually unfamiliar with that.
There's some weird shit going down in this town.
That you are not wrong, and I have my own suspicions and curiosities. Many a late-night conversation amongst friends and rivals in this neighborhood, trying to conjecture why it's all going to shit. But
just had a big thing happen at the Dreamscape Theater. If you hear anything about that, that's the new crew. Things coming alive, objects. We had a showdown with some fucker named Volley over at the Moon Tower.
You tussled with Volley?
It's complicated. It sounds more.
Now I have to ask, is this... Volley is a business broker. You did not physically shake them down, did you?
No, not physically. We may have raided his office.
Why, if I might ask?
Well, I'm trying to help a friend find another friend, and Volley's into some dark, weird fucking shit. I would be very careful with that fucker.
I would say the same to you. They are very well connected within the quorum. If they are indeed involved in some dark stuff, I would be very curious to know what this dark stuff is.
Well, I'm always happy to tell you what's going on, as long as it's not a client's name. I protect them the same way I protect you.
You're a good boy, Ashton. It's a shame you're not as good a burglar as you are a brawler, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying our arrangement.
Could be worse.
Could be better.
I wish I could bring something back to them about Nightmare King, but I understand. If you hear anything, I'd love to know.
I'll ask around. Well, I may not jog my memory. I'm certain there are scholars who are a bit more, well-read in such dark scenarios than I was. I'll let you know. But, like I said, don't take too long.
And don't take anything too personally on what may go down with your hunts. I think you guys are on the wrong track.
I appreciate your candor. Good night, Ashton.
Night, Miss Hexam. I'm going to take off. Put the hood back up.
Okay. The door opens on its own. You step out and closes behind it. As you step back out into the rain of the evening, the two stone sentry statues watch you as you step through and exit back into the night.
Oh, look, it started raining again.
You three, what are you doing now?
So did you get into, what came first, woodworking or B&E?
Well, B&E was more of like a hobby after the fact. Woodworking is something I've had a passion for decades, maybe longer. But I learned from some of the best.
For the wood?
Yeah, the wood.
Name
The wood
some-
speaks to you. You just have to be ready to listen.
That's so admirable. After all these years, you still have a passion for your craft.
Well, of course. I don't have as much free time or, ample wood to choose from. But
About now you hear the front gates open, and as you glance over, you can see the two station wardens, the immediate front, step aside as three wardens, one of which is wearing what looks to be a short cloak over both shoulders that covers the left arm and has just visually an air of station and importance about them. Themselves a hood up as the rain scatters past, and to the right of them you see Volley accompanying them. And they exit from the courtyard. What are you?
you gotta turn away and do the, not doing, don't look over here.
What should we do?
Just give them, so this is my fucking forte. Okay, we give them some space, and then we kind of divide up, so we, just in case they make any surprise turns, and then we follow.
You want to take off right now?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's Volley.
We follow them, not go back to the chamber.
How the hell would we get in?
Oh, that's a good point. Not my thing.
Well, I mean, look, you're fucking all over the place. Can you get through there aside from the gate that we went through?
I mean, I think I can get over the wall, just me.
Oh, shit! Yeah!
Yeah, but I don't know if we did do that right now.
No, okay, listen. Oh, my God. This is the fucking moment. Oh, you're gonna shine. Okay, look, here's the deal. You go in through the window,
They
right?
just start walking by,
Yeah.
kind of on the corner where you guys are hiding. You can just faintly overhear some conversation. There's Volley's like, I've always felt uncomfortable in there, and it's just confirmation of something I've been worried about for years, so I'm going to be moving offices shortly. Just, keep a couple of people stationed in the vicinity. We'll come by. I'll have to move a lot of things out of the office in the morning, so, and that's about the last bit you hear as they pass by and continue on down the street through the rain.
Okay. All right, that moves the timetable up a little bit.
Nice. So here's what I'm thinking. You go in, brave warrior. You go in through the window, because it's still open. But
Didn't he just say that there were guards all over the place?
but you can't handle a couple of guards?
I think he can, but I don't...
I probably can, but I don't want to kill guards, Chetney.
I leave the method up to you.
What about your original idea? Just sneak behind those two. They seem to know what's going on. Maybe they have more information. It's a gamble either way. If your friend's not down there and we risk breaking in, then...
He's down there. I can feel it.
He mentioned moving some stuff out.
That's right. I mean, it feels like he's down there.
Why don't we wait a little longer for the others to get back? And then get in.
All right. Okay.
At this point, we transition over to the exterior of the Dreamscape Theater. The crowd is just letting out from the evening's performance, and you see a bunch of individuals in warmer coats prepared for the cold, rainy night. Some of them are holding up what looks like leather spread umbrellas. A couple of more magic-oriented figures you can see kind of letting sort of a cascade of wind that separates it off to the sides, spraying some of the other individuals on the right and left without really giving a shit. And exiting amongst the crowd, a bow-tied ogre and his 4 companions. How do you guys look as you exit?
I'm draped over a pretty's right arm.
I'm dangling on him too, somewhere. Just
off of his left arm.
Yeah.
I'll be walking in front of them, holding on to F.C.G's hand.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm holding the playbill, trying to figure out if that was an understudy or.
I'm not gonna lie. It was an amazing display of acrobatics, and singing in the midst of it was unexpected, if an odd artistic choice.
Flying through the air and then singing the song at the same time.
And it went longer than the previous time. It was nice to get to the end.
Still no otters.
Still no otters.
No. Should have those.
I tend to be more of a purveyor of narrative stage theater, but I can appreciate the interpretive dance and acrobatic aspects of the lauders. Not my favorite, but...
You're a patron of the arts.
You're so cultured.
Well, thank you.
So intelligent.
Pretty.
Looks up, and the rain kind of hits his face a bit, and he kind of just exhales deeply.
Yes.
This has been a wonderful, wonderful night.
I agree.
Thank you for dinner. It was fantastic.
Well, it's quite literally all I do. And I must say, this has been an unexpected pleasure. And I enjoy your company and friendship deeply. But, I just think we're different kinds of people. Please, do not misunderstand. I just... I just think you three have a lot of the world before you to see. And, I don't know.
Oh, we can still be friends.
Of course, please come visit.
Any advice that you would have for me? Maybe that something was off, that, for the next time around I could...
He kneels down, his knee kind of splashing into a puddle that kind of scuds off the side, puts his hand on the right, or his right hand onto your left shoulder, and gets down to eye level and looks at you with a big grin.
And how much does it?
You're wonderful, just how you are. Just not meant to be.
It's okay. It's just hard when you feel something and the other person doesn't. It just happens every time.
It's all right.
Always the bridesmaid.
There are.
That's okay. That's okay.
I am compelled by each of your adventurous spirits. But,
technically envy.
my search continues.
You'll find them. You'll find them pretty.
And
You're so good. You're such a good-hearted ogre. Don't settle, all right?
Yeah.
I won't. I won't.
Pull out Pate. Can I have a hug?
Okay, Pate.
Goes and like you hear a crack.
Sorry.
Reaches forward and like goes to grab your hand, scoops it up with your hand, scoops it up with your hand, and kind of pulls together and goes like one little.
No. I'm gonna go read the next chapter of my favorite novel and go to sleep.
A good night, pretty.
Good night.
You too. And
Sweet prince.
you'll find your special someone one day. And when you do, bring them by, and I'll make you all a meal.
Well, we have to have your approval, right?
Of course. I'm invested in your happiness now.
As we are with you.
Go.
Yeah, we're all
into the rain.
Invested. We're all fucking invested.
As it spatters onto his shoulders, he throws his scarf with a wet. It scatters all across your faces with the whip. And continues lumbering onward to the cable to return him to his homestead in the Smolder Spire.
Goodbye, my love. Who could have guessed? We would be the ones left standing in the rain.
I could have guessed.
You did? You could have?
Yeah.
Well, are we... How come?
Well, because throughout the show, he was, thinking about how good the show was and how much he wanted to get back to the tavern, and he didn't once have like a thought. You know what I mean? Like a
you couldn't hear him.
Like, well, no. I mean, well, he had some thoughts, but none of those thoughts.
Oh, he wasn't having any of those thoughts about any of us. Okay.
Oh, you could hear his thoughts.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes. It's not like I did it all the time.
Did he ever have like a, ooh, this is awkward, like, oh, she's getting real clingy?
No. He enjoyed everyone a lot. Okay. He never thought that about you. You're not clingy. You're wonderful.
Yeah, just a little, just back in my head.
Don't be
insecurity.
What did you think of your first date?
Well, it was a little boring.
Oh, yeah.
Did you think there'd be more?
The end of it was probably the most interesting part.
Yeah.
But there was food, there was drink, there was small talk about work.
Yeah.
There was
dates were supposed to have sparks,
It was really fun seeing y'all be on your best behavior and be really charming and delightful and caring towards him. And but I think I agree with him. It just something wasn't clicking, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, Dancer always said that love equals friendship plus alcohol, but I think there's more to it than that. I feel like I think that there needs to be something, a feeling, But it was so. Thank you for bringing me along for the ride. I hope I wasn't a fifth wheel.
You didn't say anything. Like the whole night.
I was just listening. Is it close to midnight?
Yes, it's.
We should probably get back.
Yeah, let's start walking.
Yeah.
But I would recommend that you all journal about this, just to sort of
Just get it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, just to get it all. Any insecurities that you might have had.
Sure.
You should maybe journal about it too.
All right, sure.
Favorite chunk yourself.
I just kind of link arms with my fellow witches.
You know what? You three were the best part of the night, in my opinion.
I agree.
Me too. Or 3.
Yes.
And 4.
Who needs an ogre? to make you feel good, right?
These witches be bitches. Witches be bitches.
You all decided to reconvene at the Spire by Fire, yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. After a short time, one by one, by two, by three, you all begin to gather at a familiar table within the Spire by Fire. At this hour, a lot of the clientele have kind of either passed out and are in the process of groggily finding their way out, or are the definitely night owls that kind of keep to themselves. It's not incredibly busy, but, you know, it's definitely winding down for the night. But you all reconvene to share your intent.
Do we see the others?
Yes, you've all gathered at this point. For the sake of brevity, you've all gathered at this point.
How did it go?
He was so charming, and we laughed so much, and the lotters not otters was so much better this go around. But I don't know. It's just
Off
You
night
don't
on
have to
night.
kiss and tell.
he turned us down.
What?
What?
Holy shit.
Yeah, he wasn't into it.
He didn't. Well, it's not that he didn't like us, but he was like, he ended the night by saying, I respect you. You all are beautiful and the most captivating women I've ever had.
I know, all right.
Yes.
It was very
Yes, of course. Definitely not.
You
to
probably
not
talked about your adventurous spirit. You ever
That's
use that?
yeah,
Oh, boy.
sure.
Yeah.
It's not. It's well, how's it go? It's not you. It's me. Yes. Was that something like how it went?
Well, he didn't say that. He just wasn't interested in us, I guess.
Wow. And to think, between the three of you, we've got so many different types. Not a single one of you.
I know.
Wow. All those choices, not one.
Well, okay, Dorian.
I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. Everyone teases me. I get to tease every once in a while, right? All right.
Well, at least he didn't string you along.
I'm glad you had,
true.
glad you had fun.
We did have fun, and we got to
That's
see the full
respect.
show, which is something else.
And a delicious meal out of it. How about y'all?
The place is probably emptier right now. If you all wanted to continue, but I leave that to you guys.
Now's the time to strike. She's
Volley.
underplaying the situation.
How are we gonna get in?
Volley's gone. Well, it seems like Volley left with some higher level security. There's still people left behind, but he walked off past us and mentioned moving things.
Moving.
So
In the morning. But I know that's when our meeting was, but I mean, he could be disposed. I mean, besides, now's the time.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Chetney. If we have an opportunity to see what's there before they take it away, it's now or never.
Well,
Oh, man.
I could go for a bit of a nightcap to the state.
We'd have to find a way to get through the gates.
Oh, over the gates. Yeah, Orm said there's ways of doing that. I can tell you exactly what you need to do.
The wall altogether was about, let's say, close to 9 feet.
9 feet?
Like 8 to 9 feet, depending.
I can leap over that, tie a rope around my waist, and then if I can get over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's outstanding.
But we still got to get in. We still got to get through without hurting anybody.
Why without hurting anybody? I don't understand.
Well, I don't want to make enemies of all of the wardens in the city.
You only make enemies if you get caught.
Exactly.
Or if you leave anyone to tell.
I will say I poked a couple of sources, and this guy is serious business. We want to be careful. This is
What did
not
you do?
somebody. I shook some trees and saw what came out. Not a lot on what we're on right now.
Apples.
Do apples come out of trees?
Yeah. Yes.
Or leaves, or all sorts of things.
Bananas.
They grow on trees. I guess they do.
Sure do.
Pickles.
What did you learn from your person?
I know who your brother pissed off.
What?
And that's the thing we got to deal with. So that's a problem. I didn't learn much about where we are right now, other than the people that we're. The guy we're about to rob is bad news.
Proper nouns. Ashton.
I have them written down. They're hard to read.
What?
Because my notes are really iffy. Volley is bad news.
Volley to try.
That's the. I wrote
he's
there.
an important guy.
Best be careful, is what I was told. Might have lined up a gig later if everybody wants to make some cash. We'll see how this goes.
What kind of gig?
Kind of similar to what we're doing now. If it goes well, it might be a nice thing.
For whom?
All of us, me in particular. But
No, I mean, who would hire us?
Is this another Esteros?
Sort of. I have a regular client that I do work for on the side. It's complicated. That's a whole story.
Ashton, I'm sorry. You said you knew who held my brother's bounty?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Well, that's my client.
Well, if it's a
Gianna
job.
Hexam.
Gianna Hexam.
Yeah.
Who is that?
J.H.
She's a collector of sorts.
You forgot the name of Jonah Hex.
I don't want to say
Why did I just not think of that now?
harmless necessarily, but she's good for her word. She gets things done. She likes people not to ask questions. And once she gets pissed off about something, there's really nothing to be done about it.
Did you talk about Dorian?
Gently. She doesn't know anything other than she's putting the money and wants it solved. What people assume, like she doesn't bother with particulars. She's just the money
Well, how
everyone's trying to collect.
Is there an angle to free the family up?
Yes, say they're a client. Can't you just tell them the truth, that my brother had nothing to do with them?
It's not the kind of thing she's interested in. She, honestly, once she's got an idea in her head, it's hard to move that train unless you can prove something.
Prove?
Yeah.
So we prove it.
If you can pull it off, that's the way to go. But
She's hired you before, though.
many times.
Just you?
I have a debt to pay off.
What does that mean? Is this part of your old friend, your friends?
Yeah. So, since looks like you're sticking around, my old crew, the nobodies, we had a job to rob her place. We didn't know who she was. It hardly mattered. It was just grab something, get out. Simple stuff. Didn't go well. Really, really, really didn't go well. Long story short, and I'm sure at some point if you want to hear the whole fucking tale, you can buy more liquor. Everyone had to skip town. I got hurt. And she figured out who I was, what I did, and instead of turning me into the authorities, let me pay it off. And I've been doing that for a while. And honestly, it's a good gig. It's fair.
Lord, whoever you call
It's
it.
not rough to work for. Stuff I've done is nothing I'm not proud of. So, like you would say.
How much do you have to work off?
Well, if I can get a bunch of you to agree to do something, that might be the end of it.
How can we just walk in and take a job from her with Dorian, who looks just like his brother?
I don't think she actually knows the particulars. I think she just went out and said, find who's responsible and delight me. It's very her.
But maybe doing a job for her could ingratiate us with her. And yeah. This group that you used to work with, the Nobodies, did they, if I might ask, do you resent them for all leaving you?
Absolutely fucking not. I would have done the same.
I thought you said they died.
No.
Maybe I just assume that, always.
No, they very, very smartly took off. And I would very, very happily took the debt. It's what you do for family is you can take care of them.
Do you know if they're still together?
I do not.
So that was the last you ever saw or heard?
Yep. They did the right thing.
You don't blame them just a little bit?
you know what you get into when you do this. And sometimes the best thing to do is save whoever you can.
So, you are the fall guy.
I took it. Again,
Fall guy
family.
saving a fall guy. I like it.
But I did rob her place.
What'd you get?
You know, I don't know. It was in a box. Never saw it. I was on lookout. I wasn't really watching.
Wait, so
Oh, just like your brother. There's similarities.
To break into her house and take something.
Yeah.
You got hurt?
Is that this thing?
Yes, it is.
Oh no.
How did?
Yeah,
who-
I knew it.
What?
Well,
I
oh boy.
get back down there.
More drink.
Are we on the street? No, we're in the.
No, we're in the back. It's very comfortable.
We are around.
The rain outside the window, though.
So cozy.
Oh boy. Back in Bassaras, I had a bunch of people I came up with in a state home called the Graymore State Home. Bunch of kids we took off when we were younger, said fuck off to that place, formed a gang, made a little money doing this and that, a lot of it from Milo, who you met. This job, just like most of them until it wasn't. She has a very, very big house, and we were high up on practically the top floor, and she walked in on us trashing her office. And I don't know what happened after that, because I got hit with some sort of magic force bolt right in the back, went through the window, and dropped. I don't know. I would assume, because the next thing I know, they have dragged my pretty much fucked body back to my house, and Milo had done their best, putting me back together without knowing any healing spells or fuck all. Basically with some sort of weird chaos fairy magic bullshit. Who knows? Whatever it did, it worked. It was whatever they had around. And I'm basically fine.
Is that what this gold is?
Yeah, that was actually very specifically. This is what I was supposed to get paid with for that gig. It got melted down. And this is just glass. So, worked out all right.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fucking bitchin' look.
Thank you, I like it.
Yeah, I think you're sort of beautiful.
Me too. Any other questions?
I'm so sorry that happened to you, Ashton.
Shit happens. Worse things have happened.
Well, you didn't deserve it, though.
No one deserves anything.
I don't know if trust is the right word, but you expect her not to screw you, right?
We have had a relationship for a very long time, and she's never told me anything that I found out wasn't true, and never sent me to do something she thought I couldn't do, and has been pretty upfront with everything. I mean, she's not a nice person, but...
If you had to guess, the bounty on Dorian's brother, is that principal? Or is that monetary?
With her, probably monetary, but a bit of both. Money doesn't matter to her. She has moods.
I think there's a chance that if we band together and do this thing that you're talking about pro bono, it could wipe the slate clean.
I think she'd want more. I think she'd want her property back, too. I think she'd... She's not somebody who likes to make deals unless she really feels like she's getting her money's worth. Her people's worth. Again, she's honest. She's trustworthy. She's just not very nice.
She sounds rich. Is she a part of these Mahan houses?
I don't think so. I don't really ask. That's not our relationship. But I don't think so. She feels like I've always got the assumption that she's her. And that's probably as far as it goes. She didn't have anything to say about anything that we've been doing other than, wow, you're fucking with crazy people and dangerous people. And if she says that...
So you told her that we were messing with Volley?
Yep.
And that's safe?
Yeah. Absolutely.
You trust her?
It's a pretty big trust fall.
She trusts me. I probably know enough to certainly make her life complicated, and she trusts that I'm not going to do that.
Mutual leverage.
And she knows that I was going to tell you all about this, so... And she's usually very private.
I think this is great. I mean, it's a chance for you to get out of your debt. We have a chance to make some money.
I will say...
Maybe help Dorian's brother.
Yeah.
At the very least, I will say that if your brother is taken off the table one way or another, I think they'll just find someone else to pin it on and move on. It's a good possibility.
So you're saying he may be on the run indefinitely?
For a while. Further is better, probably.
You told them almost everything, but not the details of my situation and my brother's?
I told her that I had information that would lead me to believe that who her people think did this is probably wrong. And she said that's interesting and useless, basically, unless I can back it up.
Thank you for that, nonetheless.
I do not lie to this person.
Well, what if we try to find whatever was lost, and that could absolve your brother, maybe?
Yeah, or at least find the people who actually did it.
I appreciate your concern, but I would rather leave than any of you endanger yourselves on my brother's behest. Thank you. Thank you. But if it comes to that, I could not live with myself if something happened to any of you doing something for me.
If it comes to that, let's not jump to conclusions.
How can you make something so nice still sound so creepy?
It's fucking magical.
You're cute.
Well, that sounds very interesting, Ashton, and we should definitely pursue it. That's not a tonight thing, though,
That is
right?
definitely not a tonight thing.
No, clock's ticking for tonight.
I had to double check that I could say things before I told you all what was going on.
Right.
Do you think you'll run into any more of these, what was the group? Nobodies?
No, they've been gone. God, it's been years. It's been years.
Cool.
It was a good crew. They did well.
I know you say you're not traumatized by the event or resentful of them or anything, but I can just speak for myself and say that if anything like that ever goes down with us, I won't run away. I don't think any of these folks will either.
I probably will.
Okay.
Letters is right, and that goes for both of you. You're not going to prestidigitate us off like mud, friend.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah. You need 9th level at least.
That'd be a big one.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know it. This is the first time I've worked with a group of people since, I will admit. And if I ever see them again, probably be a couple punches and then we'll be done with it. That is how you resolve shit with family.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you for trusting us.
Are these like family?
It
or
was
are they
time.
Family members?
This fucker. Jeez.
Sorry.
He loves you so much.
Well,
Despite everything.
I'm lovable.
There's a lot of big questions.
It's a lot on the table.
But
Are
only...
you all right, Orem? You've looked a little queasy throughout this conversation.
I'm just concerned for everyone at the table. And I want everyone to find the things they're looking for. And I don't want my friend's brother to die.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time.
Are we going to do a little B&E tonight?
Oh my gosh.
Going back into that ghosty place?
Going to find Gurge?
You just see what's down there. If he's not down there, we can fucking skedaddle.
I think it's a terrible fucking idea, but
We love those.
I like hitting things, and it's been days.
Oh,
and I
man.
want to hit something really bad right now.
It has been stressful, hasn't it?
It feels so much better if I hit something.
Let's go do some crime. Fuck it.
Wait, this job that she was talking about, would it be here in Drusar?
No.
Well, that's
a bit of a
nice. If we fuck this up,
and get out of town.
Take the job right away.
Yeah. Which we won't. Nobody will get hurt. It's important to leave people alive.
Safety third.
I've taken a few jobs from her that have left town. It's a nice break. Think of it as a very complicated vacation.
All right. We're going to have to be so careful, though, because we just barely made it out of there.
And I can't be.
Really?
I'm not sneaky for the rest. I need to. I'm too tired to pull that shit off. So.
Thank you for telling us all that.
I don't know. This feels like a thing.
Talk it out with me a little bit, though. I don't want to go in and start stabbing.
Do we have a plan?
Once we all get in, what are we doing with any kind of opposition that we run into?
You said we want to try to not murder?
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
But also leave no one alive? This feels a little conflicting.
No, that's incorrect.
Alive.
Yeah.
Unconscious.
And I would offer that, the drawer has to be unlocked. It's the upper right-hand drawer. The button is inside.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is how you get in once you're in the room. So I guess
you're in the room when you have to get to the desk. I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Where it happens?
Aren't you coming with us?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to assume anything, but yeah. I didn't know if you wanted me to be on crowd control or something.
What are you talking about? Chet.
What? We're going after Gurge, right?
Yeah.
This is your thing. You're part of the thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just checking.
I don't think we just got clear details on how you got where you got. That's all.
Oh, I shared this with Orm a little bit earlier. Because the window's broken, I don't think we need to go inside the old-fashioned way. Just get into his office, open the door, press the button, the bookcase moves, we make our way down the steps, we subdue anyone downstairs, and then see if Gurge is down there.
All right.
Okay.
So maybe we can get over the fences close to the moon tower so there's less courtyard we have to run through in order to get to
All the way
it.
up on the side.
Yeah.
Any sort of distraction or anything, or are we going to just try to do it all stealthy-like?
I think distraction if something
Distraction
goes wrong.
is good.
What if we just kick the door in?
I'm sorry, the front gate?
What
to the room, to the office.
Well, I mean, the window's open, so why don't we just crawl through the window?
How do we know they didn't board it up yet?
Well, let's find out.
Boards
it wasn't
are-
when we were there a
boards are
couple hours
breakable.
ago.
Well, it sounds like what Chetney is talking about is like an office and then like an office inside an office. Right?
Yeah, if you can get over the wall, we can make it to that window unseen, if we're careful, through a window, unlock a drawer, touch a button, bookcase moves, and a staircase that goes down.
Secret room.
Secret room.
Let's do it. All of us are going to sneak in the window?
I think
It's
a minimum
right,
number
it's
of
right.
personnel.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I only left a gnome-sized hole, but that big fuck came after me, right? So he must have...
Well, when you came through as a gnome, a larger portion of the window then fell from it shattering.
Things are looking up.
It was beautiful.
You have a lovely singing voice, Tony.
Do we have anything? There's probably going to be guards at the window. Do we have any way of... Can we make them not see us or
Yeah, Dorian,
pretend
do you have any
that
sort
they're...
of distracty things? Or?
Psychic
Yeah, I could
ring?
make some noise for certain.
All right.
I can make some images.
All right.
Not an Imogen, but an images.
Sure.
But they are quiet.
There may be people on the ground. There probably will be people on the ground. Maybe we could lure them away.
Well,
Right.
Sounds or something?
Or even make them think nothing happened. Can we do that?
Word on the street is that tower is haunted as fuck.
That's true. We do have that on our side. Maybe we can just creepy it up and...
Ghosts are on the loose.
It's dark and rainy.
Play acting?
I do like that.
Drama school.
All right.
Do we scare him out?
Theater's trouble.
I mean,
We'll see.
I've been part of stupider plans.
Which reminds me, and I start passing out everyone's memberships to the theater that I picked up when I was there. You know, everyone has one now.
Don't lose that. They said if you don't have it, they don't remember your name.
Yes,
It's
they
just
don't keep like
it's
a
just the
record.
card.
It's just such bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. What is the plan?
Oh yeah. Okay, we're gonna.
Just gonna go up there and scout it out.
Something near
Okay.
the front to draw people there on the inside. No?
Well, let's get over to the side and see what kind of guards there are first. How about that?
Sure.
And then we'll come up with our
Sure.
Okay.
just in case.
Now, I'll just offer this, because it's been a long day. I could see some apprehension on your faces. We do have an appointment tomorrow morning. We could show up early. Make our way in through the front gate with the letter as, we presented it. And then we get fucking stealthy with it.
That's true.
Break off.
We
Not
could
worried
go.
about losing your man
Well,
in the middle of the
remember
night.
we overheard, have to move things in the morning. I know it's risky. I just think talking it out.
Why don't we use that as plan B? You all right?
Yep.
Do you need some water?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Do you have any?
I do have a little bit because I.
Does wonders for the old muscles.
All right, we're walking.
Okay.
We're going up.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Second B&E of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just racking them up. Okay.
Is it?
We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
Returning
I was actually trying to figure out.
upward on the Core Spire to the exterior of the Mirror Tower as you return to the familiar wall that surrounds the interior courtyard. Are you approaching from where? From where you guys previously checked?
The idea, right, is to skirt around along the wall so that we're nearest we can be to the tower.
Yeah, yeah.
Main tower.
Okay. All right. I would like... First off, everyone roll a stealth check just to kind of...
Does somebody have passive shoes?
Nope.
Nobody has it?
I burned mine already, I think. It's
Yikes.
still today, right?
Yeah, you
Yes.
did.
Mamma mia.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think the only person that can cast it in this group, I think, is Fern. If she has it prepared, but she must
I just rolled a 1, so...
I don't know if you do. Yeah.
I just rolled a 1 as well.
Oh, come on. I rolled a natural 20.
Okay, that offsets 1.
21.
21.
11.
11.
10.
Okay.
11.
Oh.
10.
I mean, we must know we suck now. We might as well
Well, here's
turn
what you
around
do.
at this point.
You all quietly begin to head along the outside of the exterior wall, and one of the wardens that's just kind of doing an outer perimeter of the space kind of and begins walking over in your direction.
He's coming our way. Fuck.
It's just one guy?
One guy.
On the outside, inside?
On the outside. This he's just like kind of just walking the street perimeter and notices a large group of people clustering, over towards the edge of the wall and just goes, and starts walking in your direction.
Hey, we just
Well?
walk away. Do we just walk away now?
Someone say something too? Someone talk? Someone
How close
charming?
is he?
He's about 150 feet away and is getting closer.
That was such a fun night.
Okay, we're doing that.
Is he by like bushes?
No, you are outside of the walls.
Woo! I swear, y'all, there were ghosts around here. I heard a ghost.
Are you all right? What is your business?
There were ghosts over here.
We heard it's haunted.
Both of you make deception checks. Or you can make it with advantage because you saw your
Ghost
choice.
hunters.
Come on. Not good.
16.
16 something? Goes, yes, there are rumors. However, it is late. You should get back to your homes.
Oh, sure.
Have you seen anything?
Yeah.
I've heard voices whispering in the night. Fog. For many weeks.
Over here.
I've heard.
Wait, is that
35 years before, there was a massacre within the Mirror Towers. And those spirits still remain chained to here, begging for release.
How do you even work here? I couldn't handle it.
I'm brave.
That's one
I
of
heard
us.
that if you die in these walls, your spirit can't leave and you're there forever. Are you sure you're safe?
I'm safe. I can take it. You should all be done.
Thank you for.
That was worth it.
Thank you. Good night.
Right.
Could I insight check and see if he was telling the truth or making up a story?
Sure. Make an insight check.
All my dice are betraying me tonight.
6.
Too many children.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, I believe him.
Is he watching us though?
You seem to have dissuaded him to the point where he's not watching you intently, but you may want to step away for a little bit, at least to kind of.
Louder.
Yes.
After a short time.
Maybe we should whisper in his brain right now.
I was thinking maybe we should just, y'all. Maybe we should not do this.
Where is he
tonight.
looking?
He's like kind of like walking along the edge of the wall, kind of getting back towards the front of the gate, occasionally looking over his shoulder, just to kind of like.
As he's like walking, kind of like right, kind of ahead of his path.
Yeah.
I do silent image, and I make it look like a ghost face is like peering out of the wall, and does like a haunted house reach.
Okay.
Lord.
This
I don't
natural
know what
one.
ends, by the way, either. Let's see what happens.
Okay. So, as this ghostly face pushes throughout the stone, you watch him just freeze in place.
I cast message.
Let me free.
He just runs. He just runs away from the wall, drops his spear, and just leaves the district. He is just out of sight.
Were there other guards around here?
This one, the one you've seen, but you've also only spent your time on this side of the wall. He rolled a natural one on that, trying to look through that illusion, and nope.
Take a peek and see if anybody's out there.
I run straight at Dorian and I spring off of his hand, and with a running jump, I can get my high jump with running start is 9 feet in the air, and I will cast Gust under myself to go another inch.
Yeah. You get up onto the top, and there are these large iron pikes that sit at the top of the wall that you kind of just grasp to catch yourself at the top. Okay. And glancing over, you now have a view of the courtyard. Most of the torch lights are out, except for the different intersections that walk around the arches that are scattered throughout. You do see where the window is, but there's nothing lit to let you know kind of what state it's in at the moment. You do see a few. They would be torchlight, but they're carrying essentially waterproof magical globes that give a similar flicker for light. But you do count an immediate glance out there. Actually, roll a perception check for me.
That would be a 17.
17. You count 6 of those lights throughout the entire courtyard at the moment.
What's the closest? How far off is the closest one?
From you, about 30, 40 feet or so. But it's moving slowly away.
All right, so just lower, so I'm like this, watching.
Mm-hmm.
We have somebody who's not too far off, but they're heading away. Someone throw a rope up to me.
Somebody got a rope?
Oh, I actually think I do. Hold on one second.
Oh, God.
I think I've got rope. I think I've got rope.
I've got it. I got 50 feet of rope.
There you go.
Fucking rope.
We didn't even check first.
I had to check.
I put the end of it in my mouth, and then I just sort of grasp, and I roll up and over so that I'm hanging on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take this.
Okay, you feel the rope go taut, and now you have a climbing means of getting over the tower.
So you're on the other side.
One by one, you each begin to climb over the tower.
One by one, we climb until we reach the top.
Hey, we just did that.
2 by 2, we...
Shut up,
No,
Travis.
okay.
Ow. Ow, God. Ow. I fell.
It's gonna be heavier. Help me.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Eventually, you're all within the courtyard, keeping low. There are 2 large hedges to the right, and there is a path that leads across. And you can kind of see, it's not directly in view, but down this straight path between all these various clumps of bush, small tree and such, you know where that window is, just beyond sight. But it's almost a straight shot across this part of the courtyard to where the tower base is.
Is it hiding? Can we hide underneath like hedges and stuff to like?
You can dart between them as you go,
Okay.
but it is a straight shot to the tower. So if anybody crosses that path, like they'll have a view, unless you want to dart in between and kind of carefully.
And roughly how high is the window? The broken window?
The base of it is about 4 feet up.
Okay.
Oh.
It's not super high. Like you were on the base floor when he jumped through.
Okay.
Real dramatic.
Okay.
Just a 4 foot.
Yeah, this is
It's a
no
long fall for
Yeah, this is no Max Briarwood's plummet. This is like a
glass.
I mean, it was he's like a third
yeah.
size, so for
It's
him,
true.
it was a big drop.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 4 feet.
Everest.
2 feet off. we need to get across an like a clearing. Like we'll be exposed.
We can dart from bush to bush to bush.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
This is just like jumping through someone's broken living room window. Let's do it.
All right. So, keeping an eye out there. From this perspective, you cannot see all the torchlights that are out there. So you're going to have to kind of like attempt as you go. Who is being the point man for this stealth journey?
I can.
Okay.
I will give you guidance. Okay.
All right.
I'll give you a high five.
I would like first for you to roll a perception check.
With a D4 for guidance.
If you need it.
Natural 20 plus 4.
Actually, for this, I would say it would be disadvantaged because of the rain that's preventing you from able to hear, and it's kind of blocking the view a bit. So you would have just a straight roll.
Well, the other one was 18, so then that gets us down to 25.
Okay. At the moment, you hear faint footsteps and the shifting pattering of rain against a form of some kind, like hitting a leather spatter sound variation in the direction of where you saw that light. And it's not getting closer at the moment. So time is of the essence. Okay. I need everybody to go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
Can I guide myself?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, yes, you can.
Yes, I will guide myself for this one.
Okay, all right.
Version of what?
Okay.
It's robot. It's robot.
22.
22.
21.
21.
Natural 1.
Okay, cancels that.
7.
14.
Okay.
13.
17.
17.
Okay.
Great.
But it's
So,
Scantron, baby.
roll over average.
It's a solid 14.
you dart through the first cluster of hedges, kind of making the straightaway, thinking, okay, if we can make this across in one go, this should be fine. And as you begin to dart forth, most of you make it. You kind of guiding them over, glance over, and suddenly that light is getting a lot closer. You all kind of carefully get down, and you watch as a figure kind of comes by, holding this small, like, iron rod that contains a cage at the top of it. And in this cage, there is a little spark of, like, faint reddish orange that just kind of, like, occasionally sputters and sparks like a torchlight, but it's just a magical source. You're kind of looking around. Is now, did not see any of you, but is seemingly on alert.
He's hired.
Yeah. Whose footprints are these?
Still raining, right?
Still raining.
It must have been my imagination.
I find a cardboard box.
If only. What do you do?
How far away is he now?
Oh, he's like 10 feet from you.
God.
10 feet?
Like, he heard you guys, came to check, and you're out of sight for the time being, but he is definitely, like, searching in space.
Is he, okay, which direction is he looking?
He's not looking directly at you at the moment.
He's 10 feet from us?
How far away is he?
I get it. Just being vocal shit, being mindful.
No.
But you're not.
I'm gonna mage hand far away from us. So I'm gonna use one of my sorcery points to double the distance. Okay. So 60 feet away from us. I'm gonna pick up a rock and throw it as far as I can.
Easy enough to do. And the mage hand itself is...
Like, everything's invisible because it's telekinetic.
Right.
So.
Throws it. Puts a hand on the side. Begins walking towards the sound. He's about 20 feet from you right now. Still on alert. Still nearby. But he's faced away from you for the time being, at least. What are you doing?
Maybe now's the time.
20 feet is not that fucking far.
It's not that far.
It's like...
It's now or never.
Maybe he needs to get a little further away.
A distance of,
Can you silent image?
But my fear is silent image takes vocal shit.
What's Orin doing?
But it's also raining, so I think
It is raining.
that would help to cover it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty loud.
Wait for thunder.
Can you whisper vocal? Can it be a whisper, or does it have to be full voice?
I mean, it's not like... you can whisper it. And it'll be like, I'll say, just roll a d20.
All right. Another silent image.
Silent image.
D20 plus anything?
No, just roll for me.
18.
18, yeah. Essentially, just don't roll super poorly.
Okay.
So yeah, you go ahead and whisper underneath the rain. The smattering of it hitting the stone slabs around you where the walkway is on this portion of the garden definitely gives cover for the whisper. What are you doing?
I want, like, just out of his periphery to where he has to, like, turn. He sees a young flower girl.
Oh.
With...
That's nice.
No, that's fucking
A
awful.
white... with a white cloak, and she's barefoot. And her hair is in her face.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like...
Right.
Like Laudna. And
It's a lady of the
she's
lake,
holding
though.
a basket of flowers.
Oh, and she's
drenched.
And she's drenched. And she looks up, and her eyes are hollow, and her jaw is missing, and it's just a black void as she reaches out.
Those creepy girls are the worst.
The guy turns with the torch and just stands there frozen.
And I make the image go, ah, and rush him.
Oh, God.
He passes out. he just fucking... like, that was so much at once. And he rolled so low to try and look through that illusion that he just had an immediate, like, panic attack and he's down.
Go. Thinking we're the brown pants. Okay.
Everyone roll stealth checks again, please.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's good.
Oh, what's your one?
Awesome. 11.
15.
15, okay.
19 on disadvantage.
Nice.
18.
Wow.
20.
19.
12.
Finally.
Okay. Now feeling you got your shit a little more together, you all brave the straightaway. And as you glance through, there are the hedges to the side, and occasionally it breaks, and you can see another pathway. And of course, Orm at the front, you're keeping an eye as you go by each one. To the left, you do see a light, but it is far off, and you're like, we got the momentum, go, go, go. And with that, you all continue past the straightaway, reaching the far end of where the tower is. Gather yourselves and look around. No sign of any immediate eye lines to any existing torchlight. No one seems to notice. You are now up against the tower, the main tower.
Can I have everybody kind of back up a little bit so I I want to open up my mind and see if I hear any thoughts on the inside of the tower.
Good idea.
Okay, what's the range on that?
30.
Infinity.
It's infinity. I think it's within 30 feet.
30 feet, okay. And this is, are you using your ability or are you using
I would be using my ability, but I want to be away from everybody else, so it's not as hard.
Okay, so everyone kind of pulls back a bit from you. If everyone pulls away from you, it's going to spread out some space in this area, as opposed to you guys keeping up against the edge of it. So I'm just saying, you have to choose here.
I'm going to keep my brain very quiet. No thoughts. What do we think about nothing? Easy to do.
I don't think it does.
we can say for all intents and purposes, Fern does not add to that modifier.
Okay. Tiki music play.
I'm stuck on Band-Aid Break.
You in there first, and then that would give you some.
Yeah, maybe I
distance
can
from
get
us.
up quicker so that I'm ahead of everybody else and just think.
So now you get up to the to where the base of the window is, and as the kind of the wind's blowing, you could hear some sort of tarp-like material is just flapping with the small gusts of wind that are coming through from the rain. And just glancing over, you can see there are slats. It's not completely boarded up. It looks like they just kind of grab up materials for ready, and they're going to do a more thorough job in the morning. But it's like a series of cross beams that have kind of been temporarily placed and a tarp nailed to it to kind of keep it for the time being.
Okay. I opened up my mind.
Okay. 30 feet? Nothing.
I don't think anyone's in there.
Would we have to remove a plank to get in? There's not.
It's just tarp.
It's tarp and,
well, the gap
slats,
is about
right?
that wide, which means most of you could be able to get through.
That's my shit. Push me up. Half quarter turn.
Okay.
Is anyone in there? Quarter turn. Like they see was somebody dead in there?
Yeah. Going inside, you can see a lot of the space has been kind of checked. Some of the furniture's been moved. Looks like there's been an investigation gone through here, looking for points of entry, for any other signs of damage, or it's definitely been given a once over by whoever was in here post your initial break-in. But most everything with the desk's been put back. It is now clear. Any of the papers that were left on there, it is just a clear desktop.
Bookshelf is in place.
Bookshelf is in place.
No living bodies.
No, not that you see there. No.
It's clear. And I get my
Okay.
I get my lock picks out and I start going to the drawer.
Okay. The two people, I'm going to have to ask them to roll an acrobatics check to squeeze through the space there, is going to be Fern and Fresh Cut Grass.
Oh, okay. All right. Athletics check?
Yes.
You said acrobatics.
Yes.
Is it pixies?
Acro or
acrobatics?
Okay.
Athletics would be bruising your way
myself.
through. This is trying to maneuver through this space, and just even though you are short, you are relatively broad.
Sure.
And Fern's just overall
big.
Fern.
This is a good use of,
You got
of a
antlers.
D4. Like this is
I will
it's
guide
an intentional
myself.
move. Yeah. Guidance is for intentional. Yeah.
18.
15.
Okay. Fern, you pull through, and your horn catches on the edge of where the slat's corner is. And you carefully pull away just in time to not, begin to peel it away from the rest of the structure. Tumble in and catch yourself inside the office. You, watching her take her by the arms and pull through, the wheel kind of skids on the rain that slicked across where the sill is. You catch a part of the glass, and you hear it breaks a bit. But you do not catch the actual wooden frame, and you all manage to climb into the office with no issue. The rest of you can now take in the space inside. You can see all the...
Is it lighted here?
It is not lit. So those of you who have dark vision, you can see more of the details. The rest of you have just a faint bit of
No, I don't want to light it up. I have a hooded lantern.
That could help tremendously.
So I'm going to use the hooded lantern so we can just...
Okay. And you watch this image and lights it up and carries it across the room, and you can see all the... this is very much like that... Every now and then you go to, like, somebody's grandparents' house, and they have that one room with all the furniture under plastic that's like, why do you have this? Nobody ever uses it. It's very nice and unutilized. It's an office of that kind of furniture. Floral patterns on very well-carved furniture. You actually... There's decent craftsmanship for what you see before you, if the upholstery is a unnecessary choice.
Yeah.
And you can see, once again, the delightful cottage paintings... Kinkade.
The famous elven painter.
Kinkade.
I look at the desk and see if there are any new traps, as Ashton suggested.
Make an investigation check.
19.
19. There is a trap that was not previously set.
Son of a bitch.
You can see underneath where you first checked, where there was no button, you can see there is a cable that is affixed very, very gently between multiple drawers. Like, all the drawers have now been connected, where if one of them is opened, it would pull some sort of very difficult to see cable that's kind of in the shadow underneath the desk.
These are wooden drawers, right?
Yeah.
That won't stop a man like me. And I reach back and I pull out a wood drill. Small, hand crank. And I put it on the front of the drawer and just start working a hole through the front of it.
I'm going to quietly scan the bookcases just to see if there's anything interesting. Anything that looks expensive.
Perception check.
All right.
I'm going to look for something metal in the room that I can maybe balance against the door, so that if anyone were to open the door, it would maybe clang and alert us if we're not in the room.
Interesting. Yes, you do see, in kind of the far back corner where you were originally hiding before you darted out, there is a hollow metallic. It looks like an odd welded sculpture of like a seahorse, but it's not very well made. But definitely kind of makes for an odd corner of the chamber. And as you kind of reach out and grab it, you can hear the ting-ting sound against it. It has that kind of hollow ring to it, to where even just the slight bump against it is going to make some noise, let alone if it were to fall over.
I'll put it right in front of the door.
Okay, you set it there.
Or I'll stay as a lookout at the window.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Okay. 21.
Jesus. 21. Okay. Are you still maintaining your silent illusion out there? It lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh.
No.
Oh my god.
I mean...
I feel like it'll draw people.
Yeah.
Solid, though. Unless they actually go over to it, right?
Can I just have
sleep.
her, like... just kind of walking into the distance?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
It has to be within 60 feet of you. That's the only issue with it. So it would
How
be...
about this?
Patrol tower.
I'll bring her to the base of where we kind of brought in. We jumped in.
Okay.
At the base of the...
That's beyond 60 feet from where you are, but you...
Oh, you mean the wall?
Yeah.
God, I thought you meant like right next to the window. I was like,
no.
Yeah, you can't quite get it that far, except that's over 60 feet from where you are. It'd probably have to... You either have to, like, remove it, or kind of keep it where it is, or closer.
She could just float in a 60-foot radius around us through wall. Well, no, that might alert people inside.
I could just bring her up here. She could just hang out with us for a moment.
Sure.
oh yeah, bring her inside.
Put her right in front of the door.
I bring her inside.
Suddenly, a terrifying, ghostly flower girl with vacant eyes and missing void jaw is just there in the room next to you.
Hello, dear.
That's really good.
This is one of your best ones, Lana.
You think so?
Is this your interpretation of a disarm traps?
Why'd you talk about the jaw, man?
Because that's one of the best parts.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Yep.
Let's just leave her by the door, so if anyone opens it, they get a nice...
Yes. Okay, so if you can go ahead and roll proficiency plus dexterity.
Clang.
Oh my God, please.
You're so good.
18, 19, 20, 21.
21. Carefully going through and using your wood drill, you manage to find the placement where each of these cables is currently set and where the tension is set to a springed mechanism on the inside that you had missed the first time you were inspecting the interior of it. After drilling into that point, you get one of your tools out, and you find where that spring tension is set, and offset it to where now it's disabled.
Amazing. I'll take one of my refining chisels and slide it in through the hole, and using the bottom as a fulcrum, I'll hit the switch inside the drawer.
Okay. All of you hear. And the bookcase that's behind the desk shifts out of the way, revealing an open walkway into a lightless space. And you can just barely see, from the little bit of light of your hooded lantern, and those of you who have dark vision, steps that descend below.
Wait, just a moment. I'll move to the top of the stairs. Do I hear or smell anything?
Roll a perception check.
Natural 20.
Yay.
Over 21.
You hear humming. And you hear some sort of arcing energy, occasional pulses. And you hear, "Don't worry, my pets. As much as I'm loath to leave my setup, let's see how much I can get done before we're forced to uproot our operation. I do hate packing."
I'm just going to move down the stairs to get shut up. I start moving with my boots down the steps silently until I can get any kind of a 60-foot dark vision visual on anything. Even as I'm coming down, like feet appearing, I'll stop.
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth, which with your boots does advantage?
Yes.
Yes.
Boots.
Stealthy boots.
19.
Okay. Slowly you descend. About 30, 40 feet before you begin to see a bit of light. And what you see is a pulsing blue spark-like light. Like it's brighter than not, and brighter than not. The sound of that matching it.
What the fuck?
Who's that?
Then it stops. And as you begin to peek down, more light comes to your attention. You can see there are lanterns kind of set against walls that give a soft, warm glow to a stone chamber. It looks almost like a prison or some sort of a holding chamber as you begin to glance downward into the very beginning stages of your descent, revealing what's below, beyond the staircase. You can see some boxes to the side, some storage or containers used for transference. To the right, you see some sort of odd contraption that, from just what you can see so far, can't be any smaller than 10 feet tall. Metallic with odd kind of glowing bluish lines and tubes, kind of giving a faint glow and a pulse to it. You look across the way and you can see bars that connotate side chambers where these holding cells would be. And you hear the humming. It's just beyond your vision. You see a figure stepping back to what looks to be a central table, covered in all manner of odd alchemical and arcane implements spread across it in a cluster. The figure you see from behind appears to be human, tall, maybe, I don't know, quick glance, 7, 8 feet tall, very thin, long, lithe arms and legs, in what looks to be like a black coat with tails.
What? Are they fighting Slenderman?
No, I guess.
you can see their head is hairless. Their skin almost a pale gray jaundiced yellow. Long ears that curve just slightly backward, far longer than any elf you've seen. And as they continue to hum, they pull up a stool and sit in it. This stool is far lower than a person of their stature, and as they sit, the way that their knees now bend upward and their arms extend outward in a very Jack Skellington figure, they look like a spider in the way that they then curl forward on the table and begin pulling implements in. You hear a voice right out in the chamber be like, "And what are you doing, huh? What the fuck are you planning?" Echoing in the chamber. And you do. And the figure goes, "Oh, do not worry, friend. You've a gift that you hoard so selfishly. I want to see it shared with the people. After all, why not share your gifts with the world, my friend?" You hear something else shift and bang against bars in another area and goes, "Oh, don't worry, your time is soon. But for now, we have more pressing matters." They stand up and start walking back towards the contraption in the corner, carrying this, like, odd blue stone.
I got a feeling there
What do
will
you
be
do?
combat at the beginning of the next episode. It's going to be that one of those cliffhangers.
Blue stone. What do you do?
By the way, the person that's on a table, or are they like on a slanted gurney, or are they flat?
Oh, the person on a table. You just heard a voice.
Just heard a voice.
Yeah.
Okay. I only saw him sitting in that crazy spider.
Facing away from you. Yeah, you haven't seen this person's face yet. Just
any
from
sort of tables or anything like that. Desks.
You'd have to get lower into the stairs to like you have a. Okay, you get lower.
I'll do it.
He's walking back in your direction.
I'll go back up.
Like heading back towards the contraption to your immediate right.
Okay,
So you back up a bit.
I'll hug that wall too.
Okay.
In your head, you hear, "Chet, is he looking your way?"
Yeah, it seemed to be just one.
You hear that sparking and this flashing again. Kind of takes a moment, inspects it. Walks back to the table.
I think we could take him.
What is he?
I don't know. He's enormously tall, skinny, very long ears, more long than elven ears, and very, very pale skin. I don't know what he is.
Is it tall?
If he's come and he's turned around again, maybe are the arcs like throwing shadows that like intermittently show where he is in the room?
Yeah, little bits here and there, and then once the arcs like steps away from it, it's not like it instantly stops.
Yeah.
You can hear the sparking going in this kind of winding sensation. Finishes with the stone in the middle, and you can't get out the details off to the side. You can just see the edge of the contraption and see the sparks coming off of it and the flashes of energy. When he steps away, it winds down. And as it does, it still sparks again. You can occasionally see these long streaks of shadow across the room.
On the wind down, I'll come down with the boots, come down, and I'll slice the pie. So I'm like just putting one eye around the edge, keeping my profile around the edge as thin as possible to see what I can see in the room.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Should we stay up here, Chet?
16.
Yes.
16. Coming down a bit and glancing inside, you can see that large table in the center where he's sitting with all the materials and contraptions upon it. Beyond that, you can see on the opposite end of the chamber, there is another cell. And there, kind of arm held against it, kind of on the ground on both knees, looking haggard, is Gurge. Within the room, you can see a desk on the far back left that is also covered in odd contraptions and books and scrawlings. You can't really make out any more details about what's on there, but it definitely looks busy. You can... No, that's all you can see with that roll.
Should we come down or stay up?
Come down.
Quietly.
As you can.
initiative will take next episode.
All right, we'll head down the stairs.
I will draw my my wood chisel and hold it in a reverse grip, and I'll keep an eye as thin as I can on him, and keep an ear to the stairs if a loud noise is made. It's on.
Okay. I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself before I head down.
Oh, good.
Any other preparation anyone's doing here?
Yeah, draw your weapons before you get down there.
I guess I'll go
If you got any of your spells you don't want to, in case things go into a combat, you want to not spend a round getting ready for, now's the time to do it before you decide.
Whisper into my staff. And little snakies, get them ready.
Okay. Do you want to bring out Mister? Or you want to wait on that?
But as a...
God, I have one wild shape left, so I don't know if I want to bring out Mister.
It's your call.
No. He's too noisy.
Do you want to play? Be very, very quiet.
Gives a little...
Oh, you're getting ready, huh? You're bringing it up. Okay.
Back to back with my flower girl. I once again just yanked my arm a little bit, got a little stuck.
Ooh. Oh, that was a real one.
Wow,
that
a real
was
pop. And take my form of dread.
Okay.
Real question.
This is your last use of that this
Who's
day,
got
right?
the longest speed? I'm just curious. Who's got up north of 30?
35.
35.
Ooh.
Everybody else that or under?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody got anything
You can
ranged
form
they
dread
would
twice
wanna
per day?
kick off?
Yeah. Proficiency, right?
Lots of ranged stuff.
These are the range kids.
I get some range.
I will,
Not bad. Yes.
does anyone need any temporary hit points?
I just got some. Yes.
You do?
Very shit hit
Okay.
points.
I will do my sympathetic binding with...
Oh,
Okay.
You don't want that?
well, I don't want you to get hurt trying to protect.
Oh, don't you worry.
It's a short sword, which looks like a long sword.
I'll bind with Imogen and... Who else needs some? You're a healer. Dorian.
Okay.
And that's an action.
Yeah.
And then as a bonus action, I can grant them 4 temporary hit points.
Yep. So you both get 4 temporary hit points. Now I would like everybody to make a stealth check except for Chetney.
Oh, I forgot.
That's a good one. Let's do that.
I'm not going to go down.
First time. Not gonna go down?
Not right away. I just
Okay.
can't, I don't trust my stealth.
Okay. All right. So you hang back. It's about 40 feet from the top of the staircase to the bottom. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
What is that?
All right.
9.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. Good.
She's a ghost.
12.
One with
Okay.
the wall.
15.
Okay.
22.
14.
Okay. You all carefully descend the stairs, and you all can begin to hear that. You see a spark come from the table, a smaller iteration of what's been coming from that machine. You all slowly begin to come to the bottom of the stairs. You all kind of check in, see the same things that Chetney's been seeing. The figure sitting there humming at the table, its knees knocked up and high, its arms kind of over and bent out of sight, facing around. Lifts up over its shoulder a blue gem about the size of someone's clenched fist up, the fingers long and kind of clutching it. Very well. I think that'll do, don't you? And glances back towards you all at the stairs, kind of spins around on the stool. Well, I wasn't expecting guests, but... well, the night seems to be getting more and more interesting, doesn't it? And you now get a glance at the figure as it spins. The face, eyebrowless, the eyes themselves, these dark green, full sclera eyes, almost alien in their elf-like points, in their size. No nose, And the mouth itself doesn't appear to have lips more than it's like a jack-o'-lantern jagged grin that curves up where the ears begin.
Oh, jeez.
Wait.
A jack-o'-lantern jagged grin that curves up where the ears begin.
Oh, jeez.
And that's
I like it. I love him.
And that's where we're gonna.
Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no.
Fuck yes.
Pick up there next week.
Oh.
Holy and holy.
Let's fight him right now. Oh, it's okay. Let's just do it.
You guys almost had the drop. You almost had the drop.
Holy shit.
Boop. And
We'll pick up there. In a week.
Not yet. Not yet.
Gotta hold the patient.
Oh, next week.
Whatever's up there.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
What the fuck is that? Shit.
Maybe we'll find out.
Alex
We'll
Ward.
see.
I
mean, kind of, yeah. I'm wearing the shirt he gave me.
Alex, Squeaky boy.
Love you, buddy. All right. So, pick up there next week. We'll see you guys then. Remember, we love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.
Yeah. Well, remember to like, subscribe, comment if you have something. And probably we'll see you next Friday if I don't decide to do a live or to do the live stream, which, of course, if you do, most of you probably won't even see it. Okay, good night, or good day, and see you.